Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. My name is Elijah, and over the years, we've seen some really awesome actors be picked out to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And also, we've seen these actors be considered for other roles throughout their own careers. So one thing we thought would be really fun is if we took a look back at some of the auditions and screen tests that some of these cast members did, whether it was for the Marvel Cinematic Universe or for a different movie, and kind of get to see a little bit behind the scenes while also kind of appreciating the work that goes into being an actor and trying to land some of these jobs. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, first up, we have this Tom Holland audition and screen test, which was really viral back in the day, but it definitely gave a first look at Tom Holland possibly being this person to fill the shoes of Spider-Man, which was something that was such a big deal back then, where people were really speculating what they were going to do with Spider-Man in the future. And had Tom Holland not been picked, the MCU today could have looked very different.
I went through a phase of just doing self-tapes after self-tapes after self-tapes.
I guess when you can do what I can do, maybe you have a responsibility to do some good with it.
Then we met about 200 boys, and there were so many of them that were so good. But Tom was different than everyone else.
Okay then.
There was just something about Tom Holland's performance that was just so energetic and real and grounded and full of attitude.
Then, of course, there was this screen test from way back with Robert Downey Jr. auditioning for Iron Man, which is another really unique one because back in 2008, Robert Downey Jr. was actually considered a high-risk actor, and there was a lot of question as to whether or not he would be good for this movie, or whether or not he could mess up production along the way, or how serious he would be in front of a camera crew for taking on this role. And not only did Robert Downey Jr. perform really well in his audition, he already was becoming the character in the way he presented himself, and it's really cool to see.
Oh, Mr. Stark, you have been described by some as a Da Vinci for our time. What do you have to say about that?
Da Vinci, ridiculous. I don't paint.
Oh, and what do you have to say about the fact that Stark Weapons is responsible for millions of deaths since World War II?
Oh boy, let me guess. Berkeley? Ms.
Miss Summer, and it's Brown.
Okay. Well, listen, Ms. Brown. It's an imperfect world, but it's the only one we've got. I assure you the day weapons are no longer needed to keep the peace. I'll happily transition to manufacturing bricks and beams for baby hospitals, making hemp pants and the like, but until that time, can I get you a drink?
You rehearse that much?
Yeah, every night in front of the mirror before bed. Why, is it stale?
Then we can actually look to Guardians of the Galaxy with Chris Pratt, an actor who essentially was going to be stepping into a role for a movie that was going to hopefully be a huge MCU film, but also it was with characters that were pretty unknown. So a lot of the actors would have to step up and bring these characters to life. So they did screen tests with some of the cast members, and we can actually see Chris Pratt and Dave Bautista doing a screen test here.
You keep her alive that way. Think about this, buddy. He gonna come back for her. And when he does, where's Drax gonna be? Waiting in the shadows. And then you can...
Why would I put my finger on his throat?
Oh, no, not... Oh, no, that's just a...
Then we can actually look to Chadwick Boseman, who was pretty involved in the earlier days of his character with the MCU. We actually have seen Chadwick Boseman doing some cast training for Black Panther, which at this point he already was casted as the character, as he had already played him in Civil War, but he was involved in doing some behind-the-scenes training. And he's even talked in depth about how he created the accent when he was playing the character for the first time, and that probably contributed to why they chose to cast him in the first place.
Well, What I did for this particular role is, you know how comedians, how you guys will, you'll do a small comedy club before you do the big show.
Right.
I did an independent film called Message from the King, and I play a South African who's coming to LA, sort of fish out of water story. So I used that as my small comedy club performance.
And
we actually can take a look at Benedict Cumberbatch's audition tape for The Hobbit, which was released alongside some of the special features for that movie.
Well, thief, I smell you, I can hear your breath, so why don't you show yourself? You seem very familiar with my name, but I do not remember smelling one of your kind before. Who are you, and where do you come from, may I ask? Oh yes, Barrel Rider. You may walk unseen, but you did not walk all the way on your own. I ate 6 ponies last night, and I shall catch and eat all the others before long.
And as it turns out, Scarlett Johansson actually auditioned for Jumanji, and we have access to that as well.
Scarlett Johansson, 9. I've got $67.08.
That'll get you to New York. Where are you going to go after that?
Someplace where I don't have to go to moron school. Would you forget about the stupid game? Now close it up and put it away. Must have microchips in it or something.
This mosquito's got the fever itch now.
At first she will, but everybody will be better off this way. Help me find the suitcases. Where'd you see them last?
I don't know. Look, that kid got kidnapped, Louisa.
Then we have this video that actually suggests Tom Hiddleston, the actor who plays Loki, auditioned originally for Thor, and we get to actually see him react to that original audition for Thor, but for whatever reason, they looked at this audition tape and thought he would be a perfect fit for the movie, but maybe in a different role.
It is amazing. I never expected it. You know, I auditioned for the first Thor film 10 years ago in 2009, and I just thought I was auditioning for a movie. You know, an interesting movie. Back then, the Marvel universe was only, they just made Iron Man, and I thought, I'll you know, have a go. Didn't expect to be cast at all, so I can't believe I've got my own show. It's so exciting.
Then we actually had seen Chris Evans talking a little bit about casting for Avengers Endgame.
When we really distilled the core qualities that we wanted out of Captain America, I think there's a moral fiber to him that really isn't something that you act, that it's something you need to possess. And Chris Evans was someone who seemed to inhabit all of those qualities the most. So everyone was in love with the idea of Chris, except Chris.
Elizabeth Olsen in an interview talked about her first audition in Hollywood for, of all movies, the movie Spy Kids.
It was for Spy Kids, and it was to be the daughter in Spy Kids. It was my first audition, and I didn't even really want to work as a child. I thought I did, and that's the only reason why my parents gave me the thumbs up, because I loved my camps and I loved all my classes, but like I didn't want to work, because I did this audition. I don't really remember much from the first one. And I got a call back and they gave me a script, and I just remember like looking at it.
And we've even seen Sebastian Stan audition for the movie The Brink.
Pick up. Hello? It's Zeke. Yeah, where are you? Somewhere in Moses' Red Sea. I can't be too precise. OffSec and all that. How are the kids? Good. When can you Skype with them? Not for a while. We're underway. Yeah, well, the guy from the bank called again, and it sounds like they're going to foreclose. Oh. I need to increase the cash flow. Ashley, I keep telling you, send me more product. I'm not gonna break into my stock.
So what did you guys think of some of these audition moments? Let us know in the comments down below. What did you think about seeing some of these screen tests along the way? And do you think for the most part that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done good by picking these cast members? Leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
Do you remember your first audition?
Ever in my life?
Yeah.
This is a great question. I think it probably was for the local pantomime in Inverness. Do you guys even know what pantomime is? Okay, you do. Oh, like the British tradition of like fairy tales at Christmas time. Okay, so because sometimes when I say that word in America, people are like, what? Like a mime? to audition?
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. See you guys.
Know anybody?